All right, I want you guys to do one thing for me before we get going on this video. This is for Mike. Drop a couple whiskey glass emojis in the comment section for Mike, because I stayed in the stock for that man over the private Discord, and if this thing hits off, he owes me a bottle of whiskey, so remind him. Make sure that he never forgets. Welcome to Trades. We get technical analysis on different stocks in the stock market, as well as potential buy, hold, or sell opinions on these given stocks. I like to preface by saying that I am not a financial advisor nor expert, so take what I say with a grain of salt. The reason that I started this channel is because a couple years back, I was about $30,000 deep in some medical debt, and I was very fortunate to have some close family, friends, and mentors that pushed me to work hard and invest my money. And I'm happy to say that not only am I now financially free, but I'm doing pretty well for myself at the age of 23. So if I can pass along any of the information, resources, or tools to you guys, the community here at Trades, make a couple people better off than they were before. That's all that I can ask for. Lastly, if you would not mind dropping a like on the video, it really does help support the channel, and consider subscribing if you'd like to see more content like this. Now today, we're going to be giving an update on 3 different penny play stocks that we have been playing with here on the channel. We're giving an update on ticker symbol BIOL, Biolase Incorporated. We're going to be touching up on SHIP. Oh, I just apparently can't type. We're going to be touching up on SHIP. And then this was one that I have not presented to the channel yet, but I did to the Discord, and that is CLWD, Cloud Commerce Incorporated. And I will be completely transparent. I will show you I have a position in all 3 stocks. I'm in SHIP and CLWD and BIOL. This is my current situation on profit loss on all of them. I am down 11.12% on BIOL, $287. I'm down 3.64% on SHIP, and I am up 9.67% on CLWD, holding all 3 of these into tomorrow. And we're just going to give you a rundown on the price action, my game plan with all 3, just to help your investing decisions, make you guys have a little better idea of what to expect with the stocks just based on the price action. So with that being said, let's just get into the video. But before we do so, I'm just going to give a quick shout out to the guys over at the Patreon. We do have some new members join us: Jason, Vikesh, Adolfo, Magdaleno, Din, Nate, Milton, Khalil, Jagad, Keith. We're at 228 members strong, and thank you guys so much for the support. It really does mean a lot. They will have access to an amazing private Discord full of awesome investors and traders, great ideas, great perspectives, as well as real-time insight to my personal trading. So if you are interested, there's a link in the description box for the Patreon. And then watch out for the scam account. This is not me. You'll know it's not me because it doesn't have the great box around his name. Report the account if you can. Don't call that number. Don't buy his crap. So we're going to start off with my probably my least favorite stock, the one that's pissing me off the most, and that is ticker symbol BIOL, Biolase Incorporated. Now, there is a reason that I am still in this stock, guys, and it is because of a couple different reasons. So one being, we have great volume on the last 2 days. We did have a lot of red bars today in the volume, but we were pretty oversold. We were approaching 30 on the RSI indicator, the relative strength index. Anything over 70 is oversold or overbought. Anything under 30 is oversold. We were approaching oversold, and we hung there for most of the day. Saw a pretty harsh limit order sell-off at the beginning of the day, and I am still in this stock because the volume is still high, and there's quite a few projections out on Biolase saying that this could be a $1.50 to $2 stock at the end of the month, and that is from a couple different sources. I got that from the Patreon. Quite a few people dropping that. Quite a few people are pretty high up on this stock, and my dollar cost average on BIOL, Biolase, I'll just be completely transparent and show you, is $1.035, 2,500 shares, and I'm going to be looking for a retest of 131. And I can see this playing out a couple different ways. So if we head into tomorrow, and this stock continues to bleed, we push through this support line at 0.866, and we come down to a previous level of support sitting right around here at about 0.7363 cents. If we push through 0.866, I think it's going to be pretty rough, and I'm just not going to let that kind of loss sit in my account. So I will likely cut my losses at that point. But if we do see a bounce off of 0.866 and we do come back up and approach $1, push through $1, come to $1.14, push through $1.14, $1.31, I'll just be taking a quick look at all these levels. So write them down if you want them in the back of your mind. But you're gonna want to watch for a push through $1.14 and $1.31. And if we do push through $1.31, I think $1.50 is pretty reasonable. But I'm going to be completely satisfied taking profits, 20-30% margin on this. That would be perfectly fine with me. But everybody's situation is different, so make your own decisions, make your own due diligence, decide whether this is a worthwhile swing trade for you. If you are not currently in the stock and you are looking to swing trade this, I do think 0.866 or as close to that as you can get is a pretty safe entry point, so just keep that in the back of your mind. And then if you're looking for an exit point, I think that this is pretty capable of breaking $1. Macroscopically speaking, this is still bullish territory, right? We are still trading way above the 200 EMA with the 15-day VAMA, the volume adjusted moving average, which is just a 15-day trend line that takes into consideration the overall volume and adjusts the trend line. 200 EMA being the same thing, but over a 200-day period, just takes into consideration the overall price action without the volume. And we are still in bullish territory macroscopically. So I'm going to wait a day on this and see how it's looking, but this may be a stock where I end up cutting my losses. I'm actually a little bit bummed about how this turned out. There was a point in which I was up, about 20%-ish when we did touch $1.31, and we saw a pretty heavy price rejection, and it bled very fast. It was about 5 or 10 minutes, and we were sitting in a little bit of a hole. And I was at work today, so didn't quite have the opportunity to sell out. And I looked at the charts, when I was just taking a break from some stuff, and oh man, it was bleeding a little bit. So I will be watching for a retest of $1. If we do push through that, I will likely hold until maybe $1.15. And honestly, if it bounces off $1.15, I'm just going to take my small profits and move the money somewhere else, because there are plenty of hot stocks, and I really like CTRM if you've already seen that video. So a lot of opportunity available in the market right now. Still bullish territory. Looking to get an entry point. 0.866 looks good. Looking for an exit point. Watch for a bounce off of $1.15. If we push through that, watch for a bounce off $1.31. If we push through that, then we're going to be looking at uncharted territory, and you can just make your own decisions based off of that. But you guys know, if you've been a part of the channel for a while, I like to nickel and dime. I like to take chump change and slowly build out the portfolio and make it as solid as you can over a period of time. We're not here to gamble. We're here to run a business, and that is the best opportunity with BIOL. So we'll move on to the next stock really quick, and that is ticker symbol SHIP, SHIP. And SHIP is a stock that I think is actually sitting in a decent spot right now. So if we do look at the price action here, I'm going to move this trend line, because we did not keep that upward moving channel. We did break through the bottom trend line. But if we do look at this really quick and just adjust the overall trend line here, as so, we are currently moving. Why is my mouse being so goofy? All right. We are currently moving in, an upward momentum from where we were 3 days ago. So this is still an upward momentum currently. If we do break below 74 cents at level of support, that's really concerning. I got into this stock with a dollar cost average of where's SHIP? Dollar cost average of 0.866, and if we do break below this level of support, I will likely cut my losses there and consider that an L. So I will be watching the price action pretty carefully. And one thing that was pointed out to me in the Patreon, and I also noticed, is there's usually quite a bit of price action in the pre-market and the after hours. So if you are able to trade in your brokerage account, during the after hours or pre-market, Fidelity Pro is a great tool to do so. I can begin trading at 6 a.m. CST. I think it's 7 a.m. EST. You are able to get into this stock and trade during that given period of time. And if I do see it push up in the mid to high 90s, I'm probably just going to take a small profit and move the money somewhere else and consider that a small win. Nickel and dime this thing. So I'll be watching for 89 cents, 93 cents. If you do push through 93 cents, there is a little bit of resistance that I can see right off the bat, right here at about 96, and not a lot of price action from there. So if we do push through 96 cents, I think the next station to look for is $1. I'd be very happy taking profits at $1. That's currently how we're looking right now. So if you're looking for a position in SHIP, you're going to be looking at an entry that's pretty solid right around here at 83 cents. We are hugging that line of support. And you can ride this up to any of these levels that I've got written off here. It just depends on what kind of margin you're looking for with the stock. So that's how we're looking right now. It was a bearish day. The VAMA is still very high above the 200 EMA, so this is macroscopically still pretty bullish territory. If we change this to the 2-day chart really quick in a 1-minute frequency, I'd imagine you're going to see the VAMA cross underneath the 200 EMA, and we did. But it is hugging it pretty closely right now. It was a little bit of consolidation about halfway through the day, which is why I still have my position, right? We didn't see that bleed continue. If we did see, it bounced pretty well back up from this support line. And if it does drop below again, we see a pretty harsh sell-off, I'm just going to cut my losses and call that an L. And that will be a stock that I missed the opportunity on. But I know there were people that were able to make money off of this. I entered into this yesterday, and there was a point in which people exited their trade at $1.04. And I did talk about this in my previous video covering SHIP, but this was one that I regret not taking profits on. I was watching this price rejection, and that is a learning point that I want you guys to take away is, as traders, there's always a lesson to be learned in every single investment that you make. And when an opportunity to take profits does come, I do recommend that you take them, as the market is so unpredictable, especially with these penny stocks. Movement is so volatile, you just don't know what's going to happen. We can predict as best as we can, right? We can make educated guesses based on the charts, but if we could predict the future, we'd be long in stocks when they're going up and short in stocks when they're going down. We'd be millionaires in a week. So that's how we're looking right now. I will be watching for a hold over 82 cents. If we see a dip below, I will take my losses, the small loss that it is. I'm currently down about 153 bucks, and if it does cross down under 82 cents, I'd probably be around 180, $200. So that'd be another small L, and that is what we're looking at with on chip. So we'll change it over to CLWD, and this is a stock that I actually plan on swing trading. So if we look at this on a 1 month chart, this has been so filthy, and this is flying under the radar. Let me just pull this up on StockTwits really quick, just so you can see how few people know about this stock. 7,000 members, and yesterday they were at 6,000, and the day before they were at 5,000. So this is just starting to gain traction, guys. Even though it is up an exponential amount in the last 5, 6, 7 days, they are up probably thousands of percents by now. People are just starting to figure this stock out. The volume on this, it's increasing, right? But people are just starting to figure this stock out. There's not a lot of people that have their eye on this. So I do anticipate that CLWD is going to continue its run. I am currently up a little bit. I got in at a dollar cost average on CLWD of 0.154. Currently up a little under 10%. There was a point in the day when I was up 20%, but I do anticipate this continues its run because the price action here has been pretty freaking clean. It's looking really, really nice. So I'm really liking what we're seeing here with CLWD. I will swing this trade, and the VAMA is exponentially above the 200 EMA. There has been no sort of, bearish pressure here. We have a couple of red candles, right? But most of this is just green. It's just straight up beautiful price action. And until I see a trend reversal, I'm just going to keep riding the swing, because if it looks like a lemon, it smells like a lemon, it tastes like a lemon, it's probably a freaking lemon, man. So this is looking really nice and clean. And we ended out the day just a hair under 17 cents. I've seen some analyst predictions saying that this will be $1 by the end of January. And if that does come to fruition, guys, that's pretty filthy. I would turn 15,000 shares at, I don't know what that comes out to, 2,500 bucks. That'd be $15,000. So I will be watching the price action closely. I'm not saying I'm going to hold this until the end of January, but if the price action does continue to be bullish, I'm just going to keep holding the stock, and I'm just being completely honest. So that's how this is looking right now. If we change this to the 2-day chart really fast, it's looking pretty nice, right? Today was more of a consolidation day. We didn't see a ton of price action, and we did cross underneath the 200 EMA with the VAMA at the end of the day, which is a bearish indicator, right? Just being completely transparent. That is a little bit bearish. But the majority of the day was extremely bullish territory, and we do still have great confirmation on the 1 month chart that this is still bullish territory. Macroscopically speaking, this looks absolutely beautiful, and I honestly think I'm going to hold this. There has been some talk saying this isn't a great company. I wouldn't hold this mid to long term, and I don't plan on holding this mid to long term. But to be completely blunt, traders really don't care about the fundamentals of a company. They care about the charts, how the charts look. They care about news catalysts, any sort of news or public relations or releases that are going to affect the stock price in a positive or negative way, depending on if you're longing or shorting. And that is about it. They care about the psychology of people, how the price action looks, which is what the charts tell you. It tells you the sentiment and what people think the stock's going to do. And right now, people think this is going to keep running. That's what you're seeing on the action here. I mean, up until today, we really didn't see that many red candles. This is all green. So this is still extremely bullish territory to me. If you are looking to get into this stock, I will level off some levels of support and resistance really quick. We're looking at a pretty decent support right around here at about 13.69 cents, followed by another level of support right around here at about 15.31 cents. And I did get in just a hair above 15.31. I think you guys can do better than I did. I think that 15.31 is possible. It does depend on whether we move up again starting the day off tomorrow. I don't think this is really available to trade in the pre-market or after hours. There's not a lot of action happening here with that. So just keep that in the back of your mind. But the volume is still looking good. It is still moving up from where we were 3 days ago. I do think this is going to continue to run, and that is how CLWD is looking. This is my favorite of the 3 penny plays that I'm currently in, and I'm probably going to get into CTRM if I do take a loss with my other 2 stocks and make a quick buck there, because I think that looks absolutely filthy. So that is what we're looking at right now. with the 3 penny plays that I have presented to you guys. Now, I always like to be transparent and say, hey, this is how we're doing, you know, and these two, I took a small loss, you know, so far. You know, we'll see what the price action looks like tomorrow, but I'm not going to be one of those guys that says, hey, we're going to hit a green on every single one of these. That's not the point. The point is that we minimize the losses and capitalize on the gains and try and move forward and keep hitting these as hard as we can and capitalizing on the big ones. And I think CLWD is going to be a big one. I think CTRM looks like it's going to be a big one, and that is what we're looking at right now. So that is what I have for the video today. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like. It really does help support the channel. And consider subscribing if you'd like to see more content like this. And lastly, I have an affiliate link in the description box down below for TubeBuddy. Now, TubeBuddy is an SEO optimization website that I personally pay $9 a month for a membership for. And it is highly what I attribute growing from 0 to 6.5 thousand subscribers in a little over 3 weeks. So if you're a content creator or looking to become one, I could not highly recommend this enough. It is a great tool to help get your videos into the eyes of your intended audience. And if you do use my link, I will receive a commission at no extra cost to you. So it is a great way to support the channel. And if you're not interested, that's totally fine. I'm just glad to have your support by taking the time to watch my videos. So that is what I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching, my friends, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.